world, from cover to cover. Word by word. It's memorized from children to everyone. I mean, there's competitions around the world. If you memorize it, you win something. Kids grow up memorizing Quran. These are the words of God. And because it's rhythmic, I wanted to share just about 1 or 2 minutes with you, if I could, this morning, of the Quran. And I don't know if we can play this and how much of you will be able to hear it, but this is the opening chapter from the Quran. Just want to hear the rhythm and the tone. Now, I'm not even going to waste your time with translation or anything. I just wanted to share that sound with you, because a lot of people read the Quran in English and say, yeah, it's no big deal, it's just a book. We don't think like that. We don't think like that. These are words from God, okay? Now, one of the very first opening surahs of the Quran tells us that in order to believe, in order to be a Muslim, we have to believe in what was revealed before Muhammad. The Torah, the Gospel. These are all parts of the Muslim belief. In order to be Muslim, we have to believe in those original forms of the Torah and the Gospel. The Quran starts off in the second chapter with a challenge. The Quran starts off and says, this book is error-free. This book has no doubt. There's no doubt in this book. That is a big claim. That is a big claim for anyone to put on a book. But if you're God, I think you should have that honor. It's almost setting up a challenge. Go ahead, find the mistakes, find the errors. He's putting you to the test. And one of the verses, he says, had this book been written by other than God, then you would have found in it many discrepancies and much error. Much error. And another part of the Quran says, woe or hell or punishment to those who write these books, these holy scriptures, with their own hands, yet claim they are from God. Because then what do you have? You have man leading man. Man doesn't know where he's going. None of us do. I'm going to go on a tangent again. When we were kids, I always thought when we were growing up, then we'll know everything. Our parents know everything. They know everything. Our teacher knows everything. And then when we get there, how many people actually know what they're doing all the time with 100% confidence? I don't. How many of you are great parents and know what they're going to do to their child is going to be great? Great now, great in the future, and it's never going to hurt them emotionally or anything like that. How many people know for sure what they're doing? 100% sure. Nobody is sure. If you leave man to his own, we get kicked out of paradise. That's how we are. Okay? We're in paradise and still can't do it right. We constantly are in need of God. Constantly in need of God. But if we are having people, men, humans, write the book of God and then claim it's from God, all of a sudden it's man leading man. and we're just going to lead each other astray. That's why God sent a book, a final book, that is untouched, unchanged, unaltered, and written in His words for guidance for man to take us home to paradise. Okay? So Prophet Muhammad, his father died just a few months before he was born, and his mother died when he was a young child. And he was orphaned and raised by his uncle at an early age, and later by his grandfather. As a young child, he was a shepherd. As he grew, he became a businessman. And his reputation amongst, remember back then they didn't have planes and cabs, and you grew up in the same town and you died in the same town. Everybody knew everybody else. It's just very small villages at the time. Everybody knows everybody else. You can't go very far. Everybody knows you. There's no telephone, there's no internet. You just know this person, this family, the heritage of everybody knows each other. Now, his reputation as a businessman, I'm watching you so you can give me time. He was known as a Sadiq al-Amin, the honest and the trustworthy one. He wasn't even a prophet yet. He was just a young man trading, doing business. And he was trusted by the people in his community. He was known never to tell a lie, just amongst themselves, amongst their community. Remember, he was an orphan. They know his family. They know his mother died. They know everything about him. They just knew he was a special child. They knew he was an honest kid. He's a shepherd. Yeah, he's an honest businessman. But then there was a time when the community was going through some shambles. There was a holy area that was being rebuilt after a flood, and there was a stone that was going to be placed. This final stone was going to be placed into this holy site. And there was 4 tribes at the time kind of warring over these, kind of battling over who was going to place this final stone. The leader of this tribe wanted to do it because of the reputation and the honor of placing that stone. The other tribe wanted to do it. No, this tribe wanted to do it. 4 tribes are about to go to war over this stone, and they're battling it out. So they said, one man said amongst them, let's just do this. Let's just ask the next person who comes in the door whatever they think, and we'll just all agree to do whatever they want. And they said, okay. Everybody agreed. So Muhammad walked in the door. And they all said, thank God it's him. Thank God it's him, because he's the honest and trustworthy one. We trust his judgment. And we agreed that whoever walked in the door, we would trust anyway. So he listened. He heard what was going on, and he came up with an idea. He said, there's 4 tribes. I'm going to get a blanket. Every tribe leader grab a corner. We'll put the rock in the middle. We'll move the rock to where it's going to be, placed, and then I'll place it right where it's supposed to go. That way, every leader felt they contributed to moving this rock of honor. And he stopped the war from destroying each other. Even at his young age, he wasn't even a prophet yet. He was still in his youth. He later became a prophet at the age of 40, at a time when it was a worn-torn area. People were worshiping idols. It's just something that didn't settle right with him. And he received first revelation at the age of 40. The first verse of the Quran revealed at the age of 40, and the final verses 23 years later when he passed away at the age of 63. He was a father, a parent, a husband, a soldier, a leader, a politician. He was everything in a community. He is our example of a way we should live our life. He had a beard. He wore a robe. He spoke sweet words. He used to wear cologne. Why does that matter? Nothing right now. But I see 10 and 12-year-old kids walking around with Michael Jordan shirts on, Michael Jordan shoes on. Why do they wear his shirts and wear his shoes? Why do people walk around with certain clothing on? Because they like to emulate the people they respect. They feel good wearing that. They feel good. They feel great. Michael Jordan outfit on. I got $150 shoes on. Feels good. The more you emulate people